How's everything in Poland?
Crazy recently, as probably everywhere else. Yeah, we have the riots, we have this protests going on, and we have at the we are right now at the raging, skyrocketing infection rates. So
Oh
so
gosh.
we, yeah, our government is about to lock us down. I think in the next week or the next one after that. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, yeah. Um, yeah, we're kind of going through the same thing where um, the mayor of Boston is putting new restrictions in place to help keep the rates lower.
But
But
I
yeah,
hope you're fine.
I'm doing fine, yeah. I'm just taking it day by day, trying to, be happy. At least we had, in my opinion, a positive election result. So
Oh yeah, congratulate you.
yes, we're celebrating that. So
That's fine. That's fine. Let's
yeah,
hope that it's at least this domain will evolve in some good way.
exactly. Well, I'm really excited to chat with you. I was actually in Poland quite a while ago, about 15 years ago. I have fond
Oh,
memories of Poland. I was in, I hope I say this correctly, Gdansk.
Gdańsk. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
very beautiful. I loved it there.
Oh, did you see the Neptune, the Neptune statue?
Yes, yes, I did. Yeah, and
Neptune
then
or Poseidon? I don't really know which one is
the
that.
I
But yeah,
went to Malbork Castle, but I did not go to the top. The stairways were too narrow,
yeah.
and they said if you're claustrophobic, you should not go up.
But it's I heard that this is one of the biggest castle in Europe.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, but they have narrow stairs anyway.
But yeah, I was listening to your latest song, Sold Before Was Born, and I have to
Yeah,
say it's such a beautiful song, and I have to say the video is one of the most clever and artistic videos I've seen in a while.
oh, thank you. We very appreciate that. But it not only thanks to us, you know. We created the song, but the video vision was the whole procedure, with our coworker colleague Adam Barker from videoing. So yeah, it's he would be praised for that.
No, congratulations to all of you, everyone involved in that.
Oh,
Yeah, I really like the idea of the two women representing water and land. That was
yeah.
very artistic.
This whole video was such an endeavor. We were supposed to shoot this at the beginning of this year, but everybody knows what happened.
Oh, yeah.
So we pushed the premiere a little bit, and we were unable to travel to the UK because of the first lockdown, spring lockdown. And then we started to chat with our director Adam. Uh, what about the little bit of change within the plot, because we had already the song, but we thought that we never expected what's going to happen, worldwide right now, and we just thought that the old idea with the video would be outdated once we released it with all those things going on
Hmm.
everywhere. So yeah, we reestablished the whole idea, the whole plot, and that's what we came up with.
Oh, that's, an amazing idea. So kudos to you. And I have to say your voice is incredible as well.
Thank
Who
you.
were your main vocal influences growing up?
Oh, this is funny story because I grew up listening to the growl mainly. So
Like
yeah.
female singers?
Oh no, not exactly.
Oh, okay.
Also, but yeah, I'm talking about growling vocalists.
Oh, growling
Just
I thought you
yeah.
said girl.
No, no, no. Some of them, yeah. But Angela Gosso, I believe, is growling she was in Arch Enemy, but they
Oh yeah,
switched.
arch
Yeah,
enemy.
yeah. But a couple of years ago, I've listened to Alter Bridge and Miles Kennedy, and I was so in love with his voice. So uh, yeah, I felt that it resonated with me so much that I rethought what should I do with our music, where it should be, on which stage should we perform. And then we realized that our music doesn't need to exactly be this hard heavy metal representation. So we would rather create some kind of bridge between the regular listeners and those hard rockers, headbangers. And yeah, so I was so in love with his voice that I found the vocal teacher who taught him how to sing. And I tried to contact him, and yeah. So I'm pretty fresh and new and newbie. I don't
It
feel
doesn't
my
seem
voice
like
is
it though.
because I'm a hard worker, once I'm dedicated to do something, I try to do my best. But I don't really think I think I'm on the beginning of this vocal journey instead of I'm a good singer. No, not at all. But I'm trying.
No, like when I was listening to Soul Before I Was Born, I thought you were like a classically trained vocalist from a young age. It's incredible.
No, I'm singing for 2 years. Yeah, now.
Wow, only two
Uh,
years.
yeah, but the technique is basically the classical. It doesn't matter what genre you're performing. Those principles are the same. So yeah, I was training with their own, basically what those operatic singers from 16th century were training.
Yeah.
So yeah, but this is funny. This is so much fun. This whole journey we are having. Uh, yeah.
Yeah, but you have been together since 2014, is that correct?
Yeah, not with the current setup. Me and Hubert are the really core of the band. We are very good friends, and we know each other from. I remember I was 6 years old back then, and our parents were friends back then, so I knew him. And once I was studying at the university, we met again on one summer and start to jam a little bit, and we felt like we like almost the same music. So that's when they started for the first time, and we started to work on our ideas. But yeah, we've been through a lot, and it was so amateur project back then that yeah. But and 2 years ago we've met Tom, who is a bassist, and Maciek joined us over 1 year ago on drums. So yeah, that's here we are.
What has been the most memorable moment for the band so far?
I think yeah, for me, I cannot speak for the rest of the guys, but for me, it wasn't even the gigs or some pinnacle. For me especially, it was like, because we recorded the whole album with the chamber that Hubert constructed, because we didn't have any access to professional studio back then. So Soul Before Was Born was recorded in this chamber. And Hubert mixed the whole material. And once, after 3 years of working, because we re-recorded the first album, the Revenant part, and then we planned to release it as a double album with the Humanity. And this moment when it was almost ready, and when I seen our first video, and we did that, we did burn shooting, and we released this, and the audience were so welcoming to us. They were so nice and polite, and everybody was positive about the reaction. Was very, very cool. And then it was this clash of me recording this whole material in this chamber, two random guys from nowhere, and seeing that with no help it gains some attention. This was the most powerful moment to me, because it was like it's kind of happening, from the very scratch. That was the deepest for me, because it reinforced my feeling that I'm doing something right.
Yeah, I can imagine. That must have been very uplifting and kind of gave you a sense of hope and a stronger belief that you can actually do something with music.
Oh yeah, yeah. This year should be our premiere year, but because of the situation, now we're forced to gather things up and repractice everything and get ready as much as possible for upcoming future. But yeah, I stay positive about things because it's everything we can have.
Absolutely, yeah. And everyone's kind of in the same boat, so it's
Yeah,
not like anyone's winning throughout this pandemic.
yeah, but I don't really like that. Not everybody understands that. You know what I mean?
hmm
That's what brings me some sadness. But yeah, I totally agree with you.
Absolutely. So, could you talk a little bit about your first introduction to rock music, or what kind of led you to say, I really want to do music as a living?
Oh, that was yeah. It was 15 or not exactly. When I was 7, my parents sent me to this music school. Yeah, and I was playing on the piano back then. No, not on the. I should say the piano. Sorry for my language. Yeah, I was playing the piano back then, and when I was 14, my mom bought me the first guitar, and she said that I should play this, ballads and this acoustic stuff and etc. But I was into rock already because I started. I remember I started with Rammstein and then with him, and that was my first introduction. And all of the sudden, my very good friend of mine showed me Opeth music, and then I was dragged, you know, into this hardcore metal and death melody metal. So In Flames, Arch Enemy, as I mentioned previously, all those bands were there with me from my whole teenage uh, period, and from the very beginning of my metal journey, I was thinking like I can do that, I can feel I can do that, but at the same time, uh, my recent circumstances were not at all about the music. Everybody was. I was in a biochemistry class on my high school, and I'm a physician. I graduated as a physician, so
Hmm.
so it was always this constant struggle. What should I do? And I think you should never. Once you start something, you're supposed to finish that. Because it will grow you in some way. So you're supposed to use your every resource you've got. So it was never for me like resign from anything or choose something. I was like, the music was always in me, and I felt this like this is a huge part of my life, and this like this sixth sense I have to just gorge melodies. And then I always felt that it would be such a waste if I just abandoned this in my life. So I was playing all the time, but I started to believe that we may do actually something 3 or 4 years ago, when we were playing with Hubert, and people started to gravitate towards us, and yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like, life is too short not to do what you enjoy.
Oh yeah, definitely. You shouldn't struggle. You shouldn't. That's what our name means. MemoCrasher should refer to this, not destroying everything what you don't like, but clash things and see what what will bring, what it will bring. Just constantly check up on yourself and on reality, and that's where you're growing as a person. I agree.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are doing that right now, during the pandemic.
Yeah, I think as far as I'm seeing, the whole new generation is coming up, where the money and the old structures are no longer valid, and everybody just gratitude's experience more than possession, you know. And I think that's the good drift, you know. I think that it brings kindness amongst people.
Yeah, we need that.
And
We need to
yeah,
be kinder
yeah,
to each other.
oh yeah, definitely.
I definitely love that. And can you remember the first concert you ever went to that, really stands out to you?
Yeah, uh, that wasn't a big concert, but it was quite huge. Band. It's called Moonspell. I think almost everybody knows who they are.
Moonspell?
Yeah, they are from Spain, I believe.
Ah,
Yeah, they started as a gothic band, gothic metal band, but they have, yeah, I like them as a teenage guy. And when I was in my early 20s, I went to their gig because they reactivated Metal Mania festival in Poland, and I've seen it. They wasn't the headliner. They weren't the headliner, but the whole creation they performed, and those simple tricks with light posing and interaction with the people, you know, because when I was much younger, I always I always thought I should be ashamed of that, but that's the truth. I always felt, how come people gather, sweat in this noisy, you know, area, just being attacked? When I was, you know, 10 or 12, I was always wondering, what's the deal? When I have great sound at my home, you know, and I have speakers, and I have comfortable bed, and I can listen to the music as I like. What's the deal to going to those events as gigs? You know, it's just you're losing money, you're losing time, you're tired after this. And once I entered, because you know, before I attended some gigs, but they weren't this kind of experience that I had after this Moonspell gig, and it was like, oh, that's why people go to the concert. You know, I just felt this transcendent feeling that you're in huge communion, and something happens between the lines, between those notes. You know, people change,
yeah,
and
it's like a
that's
different energy.
oh yeah, and it fuels you for the future. It can change your attitude in in many things.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw an article, you can't trust everything online, but it said attending concerts can add a couple years to your life. I don't know if that's true or not, but I like to think that.
Oh yeah, but even if not, you know, there are better years in your life when you do
Exactly.
that.
But I do believe that music can definitely help heal you, and
Oh
it's
yeah,
therapeutic in a way.
you know, this is for me, and I think, and I have a proof that this is an ancient way to, you know, live. Uh, and music and any form of art occurs in the culture from the very beginning, and that's no coincidence, you know. When you analyze what art is, art form, any art form, not only music, this is the core of humanity, you know, to transcend your things and you know, call them in such universal way that even without communication people understand what does it mean. And not for you, you're becoming a mirror for them, you know. And
Hmm.
I think that's the highest way to perform art, not to, you know, brag yourself and represent you as the best musician or whatever. Making a good art for me is to give people what they want to hear, but in from the different angle, that they feel the touch. You know, they don't feel oppressed by your philosophy or by your message, but at the same time they are able to understand themselves, you know, to read those lines and give them the meaning and interpret the whole message in their own way. And this is art for me, you know. This is this push which changes people, but on their own terms, and this is great. It's,
Oh,
I,
That's really well said. I have to agree with that. Yeah,
Thank
I've
you.
actually heard other musicians say that as well, that they think they don't like to tell the meaning of their songs because they want their audience to interpret it in their own way.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the reason why I don't like to make political statements or many songs are created with some current events. They are like a commentary. I don't like it because I think this is an ephemeric thing. This is temporary, and I don't like this kind of art. Because I think that there is so much going on inside of us that we should tap into that, because it's a universal language, and we can elaborate that much better than revoking the one story over and over again. Let's leave it.
Exactly. So is rock music really big in Poland, or what is the scene like there?
Nope. I don't really think it's big. We have local, dinosaurs and gods, but even before the pandemic, when you analyzed the Europe map of festivals and concerts, so it was like desert. Our country and because we have many fans in Poland, rock fans, but there is no uh, there's no ground for them. They have to go abroad to some foreign festivals, and no, it's very poor infrastructure here. That's what I think. And there is another section when you and we've encountered this problem, this dilemma many times. When we were starting, many people asked us to sing in Polish language.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand their position, but you won't gain any international attention using your local language. Sorry, not today. Not in, and that was the big chunk of what I see is happening everywhere. People are creating those bubbles, local bubbles, and you cannot become a huge musician using only a couple of cities to play the gigs and with your one way and one attitude. It's impossible in today's world. It's philosophy from 30 years back, when we had the regular media, press and TV, and today with internet connection, everything changes. So it's a shame.
Yeah.
Basically, you don't want to share with everybody what you have. Yeah. So yeah, from my perspective, rock industry is almost dead in Poland.
It's very underground at the moment. It's like you have to dig for it to
Oh
find
yeah, but I think this is just a matter of reinventing the genre, because it obviously had its golden times back then, and I don't think this is really only the Polish thing, but many rock musicians are like barricading themselves, and they always try to be as an opposition to any other genre, like we are the rockers, we have the hard music, you sissies. And I don't think this is really the way to just think about that. Before Metallica, they were no Metallica fans, so who they were,
they were just a local band.
yeah. So they had to persuade people that they are cool, they weren't some metal metal craving toddlers just waiting for them as a revelation. No, you have to convince people that you're good, and that's where you're creating the new movement. So I think those times will be not, maybe not soon, but rock will rock again. I think, especially with those hard times we have right now, because people are dissatisfied and sad about things. And I think this, you cannot always be blushy and great, and yeah, because I think our recent culture is like this. It's about the easiness, and then making things nice when life isn't nice. And then we have one of examples right now. And I love this in metal music, that this is hard in some way, and it shows rough things with no makeup,
Exactly. It's very authentic, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, so I think we have a great future.
Absolutely. And speaking of great future, you have your double album release coming out. Is there anything else you want to share about it without giving too much away?
It's great. Check this out. Yeah, it's right now it's available. We thought that it would be a mistake if we reschedule the premiere date because of what's happening. No, I don't think it's good, because people needs to hear things, and the sooner you do something, that the bigger chance it is that someone encounter it. So yeah, we will release the physical copies once we will be able to travel and tour and play live, which I'm just eager to do. That's what I'm waiting for. But right now, everybody can check us out on YouTube and Spotify and wherever he wants. It's for free. He can support us, but we will ask for money later. Okay.
That's the important part.
Yeah. Now is the time to just feel the music. So yeah, I like to invite everybody who don't know us yet. You will know us sooner or later.
Definitely. Yeah, and then once everyone knows your name, hopefully you'll be able to come to the US and do a tour here.
Oh yeah, I just can't wait.
Yeah, we don't know when that will be, but hopefully sooner than later.
We will stay ready.
Is there one city in the US that you really want to see?
Nope. I just want to see everything. Seriously, it's like, yeah, I'm the oldness guy. so yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot to see here.
Oh yeah, it's a huge, it's a continent basically, So yeah, I just want to see it all.
Awesome. And do you have any plans to film any more music videos, or is that going to be kind of on hold for the moment?
Oh yeah, we'll stay with what we have, mainly because of the pandemic, and
Yeah, it's hard to shoot a video.
Yeah, too, but it's not impossible. But right now, I'm working as a physician with this pandemic thing, and this is tough.
Oh,
so yeah, I just have this feeling that if I focus too much on music right now, with all respect to the music, having some skills which I can use in a current situation, I would feel like I'm wasting something, So yeah, I try to bargain with both of those domains, and then we'll definitely bring more music next year, because now we're locked down. So I will gain experience, my life experience, and then get ready to create a new music. Maybe we have some great ideas with current music to create some videos, but as you've said, we just have to wait.
Exactly. And one last question. Did you ever find out if horses' balls really shrink in Red Dead Redemption 2?
Yeah, and I was amazed. I thought it's kind of joke, I thought that people are joking that this is so detailed game that you can saw it, but you can check for yourself, see for yourself. This is crazy what people are doing.
No, yeah, I played a little bit of that game, but I didn't get to that part.
Me too. Me too. I was I was playing like for 10 hours or so, but I was able to observe this. So it happens very quickly.
That's so funny. I know, it's like video games these days, they're so realistic. The graphics are amazing.
Oh, I'm a huge gamer. I do recommend every game you can imagine. Just do it, have fun, and you know I like that they are becoming more ambitious. You know, they are delivering some deep experiences. Some of them, seriously, they are very nice. It's not always about having fun. They can show you some things.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I really like the games that are kind of like a storyline and you can decide what you want to happen.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah,
can choose between options.
yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
those are
did
great.
you, have you played The Witcher?
Oh, you know what? My friend has that game and I watched him play a little bit of it. It's really cool.
Yeah, they are also from Poland, CD Projekt Red.
Oh,
But yeah, but I do recommend this. This is like an experience, the journey. It's not only the game. You're seeing those situations, and if you understand this metaphor, it's like yeah, in life you can have those kind of situations. So it's nice.
exactly. Yeah, it's a good way to escape from the real
Yeah,
world for a little bit and enter a different
yeah.
dimension.
You know, you can never give somebody else anything if you are empty. So you have to refill sometime.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure chatting with you, and I'm really
Thank you.
excited to see what you guys have coming up, and hope you guys stay safe in Poland.
Yeah, you too. You too. Take care.